What's the craziest thing you figured out as a kid? I was 10 years old when I cracked the case my parents thought they'd buried forever. Every summer, my older brother Curtis would disappear for 2 weeks. My parents called it computer camp. They'd load him into the car with a backpack, drive him to some building downtown, and he'd come back 2 weeks later looking like someone just told him Santa wasn't real. The weird part? Curtis never touched a computer after he got home. Not once. My dad would ask him about coding, and Curtis would just mumble something about algorithms and walk away. I'd ask what he learned, and he'd say, "You wouldn't get it," but I was already destroying kids on Roblox. I understood computers better than half the middle schoolers at my school. So one summer, I decided I wanted to go too. I walked up to my parents at dinner and said, "I want to go to computer camp with Curtis." My mom's fork froze midair. My dad coughed like he just swallowed a Lego. They looked at each other with that parent telepathy thing, where they're clearly having a full conversation without saying a word. Finally, my mom goes, "You're too young for advanced programming." Advanced programming? Lady, I built a functioning roller coaster in Minecraft last week. I pushed harder. Curtis was my age when he started going. My dad shook his head. It's different. He's more mature. Mature? Curtis once cried because I ate the last Pop-Tart. Something wasn't adding up. So I did what any suspicious kid would do. I recruited my friend Wade's older sister, told her I'd pay her $20, and we followed my parents' car the next time they dropped Curtis off. We parked across the street and watched them pull up to this plain brick building. No computer camp sign. No kids with laptop. Just a front door with a buzzer and frosted glass windows. My parents walked Curtis inside, came back out 5 minutes later, and drove off. Wade's sister squinted at the building and said, "That's a therapist's office." I looked at her like she just told me the moon was made of cheese. "How do you know?" She pointed at a small plaque by the door I hadn't noticed. "Licensed therapist." My brain short-circuited. Computer camp was therapy? We sat there for 20 minutes until Curtis came out. He wasn't smiling. He wasn't talking to anyone. He just walked to the curb, sat down, and stared at his shoes like they owed him money. I felt weird, not mad, just confused. That night at dinner, I couldn't take it anymore. I looked at my parents and said, "Why's Curtis going to therapy instead of computer camp?" The table went silent. My mom's face drained. My dad put his fork down like I just accused him of war crime. Curtis looked at me, then at them, then back at me, and then he smiled. Not a happy smile. A finally, someone said it smile. My parents tried to deny it at first, but I wasn't budging. I told them I followed them, saw the building, saw the therapist sign. My mom started tearing up and said they didn't want me to know because they thought I'd make fun of Curtis. Make fun of him? For what? She explained that Curtis had been struggling with anger issues since he was 8. He'd punch walls, snap at teachers, get into fights at school. They didn't want me to think he was broken, so they made up the computer camp story.